The Nintendo Switch had an incredible library, but what was it missing? Today, that's what we're talking about. What's your number one game you want to see on the Nintendo Switch 2? These are my dream games, and I'll be ranking them out of 3 stars on the likelihood of it actually happening. Let's start off with the legend himself, stuck in the clouds, Star Fox. Man, we went an entire generation without getting a new game. Well, sort of, we got that canceled Star Fox 2 game, which was pretty cool from a history perspective. The problem with Star Fox itself, it hasn't been able to shed the weight of Star Fox 64. It keeps trying to chase that high or just remake it or remaster it. It's definitely time that we get a new entry not tied to the gimmicks of the console itself. And just give us a bit of return to the roots like 64, but add some new twist, gameplay-wise, not gimmick-wise. I'm going to confidently say that we are going to get a new Star Fox game on the Switch 2, 3 stars. All my eggs in the basket. We got to do it. Please come back. Oh, for this next one. What do you do? Earthbound. Do you make a more modern version for the oldies? Maybe add some quality life stuff for the young'uns? Or do you make a spiritual successor? I think that might be the key. Take the modern wackiness of Earthbound and set it into a world we know, a modern world, and experiment with it. You have to have the staples. You know, it's about kids, it's about an alien invasion to really hit home for the nostalgia. But I think you finally give people that Mother 3 port maybe, while also coming up with something new. This is an oddball one because I'm not asking for Mother 4 specifically or Mother-like new one bound for Earth. Now, how likely I see this? Mother 3 port, I'm going 1 star. A Mother 4/spiritual successor, I'm also going 1 star. I think Ness and company are just bound to be in Smash, and that's their tomb. This next one I am almost completely confident in, so let's go this route. My favorite Kirby game is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Do I need a direct sequel to that storyline? No. I just want this style again. That's all. I could even use grander open segments, open levels. You can still keep the formula, but I really want them to go even more into Mario's footsteps for more of its 3D outings. For this was the first time I was truly excited about a Kirby game reveal. It was just something different. Kirby's just never been my thing, but if we got something like this again, I'm there. And I am saying this is a 3-star idea. It's the #1 best-selling Kirby game. This has got to be in the works. I might even stake the claim that we will get this within the first 2 years of the Switch 2, but I'm not there. But 3-star game, we're getting it on the Switch 2. Okay, now if I thought Earthbound was low of the low ones, this is the base low one of all time. And that is a turn-based Final Fantasy game, but an old-school art style. Maybe HD 2D, I'm talking epic scale, but in that older look. FF6 had an epic feel. Heck, all the FF games had an epic feel. And the graphics weren't always the driving force behind those emotions. Yes, Final Fantasy always evolves and changes, and it definitely has been a prominent child for using the technology and making it the best it could ever be. Even take a throwback to PS1 style and give pre-rendered backgrounds another shot. You can make things epic. The problem is, can you go back after you've chased this graphical dragon for so long? The last 2 Final Fantasy games that have come out have been just a spectacle, but can you imagine if they even made it a Switch exclusive? You have the Final Fantasy game that they're working on just on Switch, then you have the big bombastic ones for everything else. That would be excellent. But again, this is a 1-star idea because I just don't see them going this route. As much as I think this would be a really cool idea, maybe we'd get a spin-off, but this is a 1-star. It might even be a 0.5 star. But I would be absolutely ecstatic if Final Fantasy 17 was turn-based and it was old school. Oh my gosh. Now, we got a little recognition via the NSO on Switch as well as a Battle Royale take. In this series, we definitely need a new entry into the F-Zero franchise. A beloved but albeit forgotten IP for the most part. We did get some ports, like I said, and I thought that Battle Royale take with the F-Zero was a decent amount of fun. Problem with this series is I think they need to add something to make it fresh. It's kind of the opposite of what I think with Star Fox. Don't go too far away from the formula. I think this one needs to stretch it a little bit more. But it's such a crapshoot on what that should actually be and how people are going to react to a new change. But I think it's been so long since we've gotten a new F-Zero game, I think they'll just be happy whether we have it, even if it's way different than what we've seen before. I personally love the sense and feel of the speed in this game, but I also really love the wacky characters. Dial into both of those concepts for me and I'm there. How they get to it, Nintendo used that magic and just kind of surprised me. Now, how likely is this for me? I'm going to say 2 stars, and I would say most likely, unfortunately probably, it's going to be like a remaster of a game we already got before, like F-Zero GX or F-Zero X from N64. That is not as exciting to me, but I would also be happy that more people can play those games, so it is what it is. But seriously, go look at some of the character descriptions up on the F-Zero characters. It is wild. And if you'd also like to keep up with Nintendo Switch 2 news, RPGs, well, you should hit that subscribe button, like this video, and also maybe just tell me, do you agree with some of this list? Because that would be pretty cool if you do, but there'll be plenty more videos like this and other things in the future. Now this next one is a guaranteed 3 stars because this franchise, this series in general, has kind of exploded in a handful of years, I will say. And that is Fire Emblem. But I want them to lean into the 3 houses model of storytelling. I really, really like the aspect of the story changing and dramatically altering depending on which house you picked. That's what I want. I'm not as nuanced about the battle system and certain flares to it as some people are. I want that crazy, surprising, twists and turns story. And at its core, Fire Emblem is pretty safe when it comes to a lot of the stories. What I really liked about 3 Houses was the characters themselves and the betrayals I did not see coming a lot, and I like most of those character arcs, and that's going to get me invested into that game for many, many hours. I know not for everybody that 3 Houses would be the model they'd want to focus on for the next new entry in the series. It turned a lot of people away, but it got a newbie like me on board, and now I've played 4 of the games now since, so I would like another one. Will we get a remake in between? I think we'll get at least 2 Switch 2. That sounds funny. 2 new Switch 2 Fire Emblem games. 1 will be a remake, and 1 will be a new entry, and I'm hoping, I'm so hoping, it's like 3 Houses. And that gives it 3 stars. That's a 3-star game right there. Alright, what this one's going to be called is Xeno New.
My feelings have never changed. They're the same as they've always been.
I don't want Xenoblade 4. I want the new Xeno. I think Xenoblade as a whole wrapped up really nice. If they do end up making Xenoblade Chronicles 4, yes, I will be there. I will buy it in whatever form that takes. I really don't care. I see Monolith Soft, and I basically just buy it. A new entry in the Xeno series is 3 stars, hands down. I mean, look how much we got since 2017. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Then we got the Definitive Edition remake. We got a DLC included with that. We got Torna Golden Country. We got Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We got more DLC for that. Future Redeemed. You just got so much. I believe I've purchased every Monolith Soft game day 1, basically, since Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in 2017. Well, maybe Baten Kaido's on GameCube. I can't remember if that was actually Monolith Soft or not. I didn't purchase Future Redeemed right away, though. So there's that one. And I did not buy the Baten Kaido's pack. I have them on GameCube. I don't think it moved the needle as much on the Switch. So I don't think we're getting anything in that series anytime soon. But, man, this is a 3-star thing. Monolith Soft has been doing so well on the Nintendo Switch, and I cannot wait to see what they do with the Switch 2. All right, my final one. The final game, which I think is a 1 star. Maybe a 1.5, but I'm going to say 1 star. And that is Super Mario RPG 2. We have the new art style with the remake. Can you imagine? We get Mario back, we get Bowser back, we get Peach back, but then we get 2 brand new characters, like Geno, like Mallow, and we get to experience a new adventure all over again. Same style of combat, same traversing this beautiful overworld, and maybe we even get to visit Mallow up in the clouds. So we have some callbacks to the original game. This would be absolute dream. I don't think it's going to happen, but this is why this is a dream game. But it seems like the Mario RPGs in general are really getting a renaissance again. Between this, Brothership, all the ports, just a little seed of hope in me. And maybe Super Mario RPG 2 can be an actual thing. That last one is really hard to think if it would actually happen, but this is all about dreaming. I think at least 2 or 3 of these should be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 with my rating system, but this one would be absolutely insane. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until the next one, keep dreaming.